Good afternoon, class. My name is Destiny Anderson, and today I will be analyzing the Spotify organization. Starting with leadership, Spotify's CEO is Daniel Ek. Underneath follow 5 head chiefs that oversee various operations within the organization. Looking at Spotify's key aspects within their history, the company was founded in 2006 by Daniel Ek and Martin Lorentzen in Stockholm, Sweden. They operate within the music streaming industry and became public in 2008. Spotify expanded into the United States in 2011 and provide a free level tier as well as a premium level tier for $9.99 a month for customers. The organization also provides student memberships for $4.99 a month. Spotify also introduced a family subscription plan in 2014, which was the first in this industry. Reviewing Spotify's global expansion, currently the firm operates in 79 countries and focuses on continuing these growth efforts through market penetration. Taking a look at product offerings, as mentioned, there is a free tier as well as a premium tier at a monthly price ranging from $4.99 to $9.99. Although both tiers offer enhanced services, the premium tier provides no ad interruptions, ability to listen without internet connection, and the highest music quality available on the platform. Reviewing their mission statement, vision, and values, their mission statement states, "Our mission is to unlock the potential of human creativity by giving 1 million creative artists the opportunity to live off their art and billions of fans the opportunity to enjoy and be inspired by it." Their vision states, "We envision a cultural platform where professional creators can break free of their medium's constraints and where everyone can enjoy an immersive artistic experience that enables us to empathize with each other and to feel part of a greater whole." Their core values include innovation, passion, collaboration, transparency, and fairness. Moving forward to the environmental analysis, here I utilize the PESTEL analysis. Here is a brief overview, and I will go into each section. Starting with the political factors. The first is government regulations. As new markets are discussed, research on unique regulations will assist with Spotify's entry into new geographical locations. Also, policies and laws in regards to music streaming rights. Music has a plethora of regulations when it comes to being available on a streaming platform, as well as policies and laws that Spotify needs to be aware of. Looking at economic factors, the first is inflation. If taxes rise, Spotify could be subjected to paying more for music rights than they already do. Also, economic structure. With a stable economy comes sound operations for Spotify. Looking into their social factors, the first is buyer behavior and spending patterns. This may affect operational success based on current trends in the market. This is also heavily influenced by the current purchasing power. And also demographics. The success in areas in which Spotify focuses on will heavily depend on demographic trends of the target customers in those areas. Looking at the technological factors, the first is innovation to services. Further enhancements to their machine learning technologies based on user experience will only increase and enhance their platform. Secondly is social media marketing. Technology provides increased opportunities for marketing efforts for Spotify. Looking at the environmental factors, the first is eco-friendly efforts. Increased research on social impact efforts and ways to provide value that make sense in their industry will always benefit Spotify in the long run. Also, managing their carbon footprint. Spotify has recently reduced their carbon footprint, however, continued management of this is important as Spotify grows. Lastly, we will discuss the legal factors that include intellectual property. This protects Spotify's patents and valuable research/ideas. And lastly, customer protection laws. This will allow Spotify to monitor customer privacy and security, which is important, dealing with the target customers that they have and the plethora of how many they have on their platform. Moving forward to the industry analysis, here I utilize Porter's 5 forces. First, starting with the rivalry among existing competitors, I believe that Spotify has a strong force here. Existing competition has developed brand recognition and customer bases. Technology innovates quickly in today's industry. Moving to threats of substitute products and services, this is a moderate force for Spotify. Substitute products do remain, such as YouTube at no cost. However, technology is also relatively simple to imitate. Besides that, substitutes do lack services that do give Spotify competitive advantage in the industry. Looking at bargaining power of buyers, this is a strong force for Spotify. Consumers demand latest technology, there's always price fluctuations with music, and customers want the most diverse music available to them. Looking at threat of new entrants, this is a weak force because there is difficulty entering the market due to the high regulations and investments needed. Also, established firms have shareholders and partnerships which are very hard to attain. And lastly, the bargaining power of suppliers is a strong force for Spotify. There are a low number of suppliers, and in this case, only 4 big record labels that control most of the music that Spotify has the ability to gain. Technology is also intangible, and negotiations and partnerships are in the hands of the suppliers. Now looking at the market share for Spotify, here we can see in 2019, Spotify led with 36% of the market share. Spotify is currently still in the lead in today's economy in their industry with 36%. There's always competition in this industry, and their competitors include Apple Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, Amazon Music, Tidal, and Google Play Music. However, their closest rival is Apple Music. Spotify has held the winning position for the amount of paid subscribers against this competitor, and as you can see, Spotify keeps Apple Music at an arm's length. They're always trekking behind. Now we will look at the relevant analysis. Here I utilize a SWOT analysis as well as looked into their financials. Looking at their SWOT analysis, Spotify has a lot of strengths. Some of these include their large paid subscriber base, their music personalization and curated playlists based on a user's history, their synchronous systems from desktop to mobile phone abilities, their strong firm partnerships and service offerings, their compatibility with diverse mobile devices, and also their strong global presence. Their weaknesses include they have a strong dependence on internet connectivity and also high payments for music rights and streaming on their platform. Their opportunities include entry into new streaming markets and service offerings to include new partnerships, market growth into new geographical locations, and they also have the opportunity to develop their own record label. Their threats include competition with established firms, customer data protection, and also legal disputes. Looking into their financials, from 2014 to 2018, there has been exponential growth from 2014 to 2018. Their 2018 revenue equaled $5,595 million in USD when converting from euros. This showcases their expansion has increased overall revenue and income as the years have progressed. Another look at past financials for the company, we can see that as Spotify grows, their cost of revenue and other expenses have also grown as well. The important aspect to point out here is that with their revenue is indeed growing along with expansion, which is important. Expansion is paying off in this case. Analyzing their user growth, Spotify has only grown from Q3 2017 to Q3 2019 in their amount of active users and subscribers. As of March 2020, Spotify has 130 million subscribers and 286 million active users. Now we will review Spotify's core competencies in regards to the VRIO analysis. Their first core competency and their strongest is their machine learning capabilities. Spotify's ability to use machine learning capabilities from user listening patterns offers personalization on a streaming platform, which has given the organization a competitive advantage within the industry. This is valuable because the personalization attracts users and retains them to the platform. It's also rare because Spotify was one of the first innovators to use listening data towards user personalization. It's costly to imitate because this capability takes high-quality developmental skills and data expertise, and it's also organized, as in Spotify puts their customers first and showcases this service as a main product offering. Proper structure is in place for this capability. Secondly, their second core competency is internal agile structure. Spotify's focus on an internal agile engineering structure to handle various projects and tasks is key, which has provided employees autonomy and motivation towards their overall organizational growth strategy. It's valuable because this structure provides good value internally and also throughout project results. It's rare because this structure is not in all organizations, and the adoption of this is very slow. It's costly to imitate because proper understanding of the structure takes proper training and expertise, and it's also organized, as in the structure is throughout the entire firm for all employees. Now, moving to their current strategic issue and recommendation. What exactly is hindering Spotify? Spotify's current strategic issue is their strong dependence on the partnerships with the Big Four record labels, along with current music regulations and laws. Bargaining power of suppliers, in this case the record labels, is a strong force for the firm. The Big Four controls roughly 88% of all music in the market. These include Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, Warner Music Group, and independent labels. This could hinder music offerings available to their customers at any time, such as artists pulling their music off of the platform based on the record label, and also record labels potentially becoming tougher to partner with. Moving on to the recommendation. My recommendation for Spotify is that they should focus research and development efforts into developing their own record label, which would decrease a major threat to operations. The creation of their own in-house record label would decrease current dependency on the large record labels. Utilizing in-house developers and knowledge into this effort would be key for the organization, and opportunities would be made available for smaller artists on their platform, which is a definite goal for the company. This would also eliminate dependence on the middleman, which would increase operational effectiveness and decrease costs for Spotify. These are my references. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation on Spotify.